Alright, welcome back to another video. Let's go harvest some peanuts. And got a little bit of junk here in my cab. I'll explain that in a minute. Back to harvesting peanuts. Now for this story. This is supposed to belong right up here. You're wondering why that's off. Right there, see all those lighter spots? Yeah, those are holes. We just taped that shut. My windshield wiper was broken, so we're in the process of fixing it. So we had to take off this entire front bracket right here, and we're still waiting for parts. So for now, this is just going to be sitting here in my way. Can't really see my rows, so I have to bend over like crazy. But until we get parts and until we can fix it, I'm going to have almost an open roof here with tape covering some holes. But hey, it works and we're harvesting peanuts, so that's all that matters. Combine still works the same, even though this isn't working, so can't complain now. Well, apparently this combine is not doing a great job, so we're gonna check up on it. We need to adjust something on this combine because it is not doing a good job. I'm gonna unload my basket right here, and then I'll lift up the basket while it's still running, but of course I'll throttle it down quite a bit. But we'll lift up the basket, look inside there, see if we can find anything wrong, because it's basically shredding everything when we look behind the combine. Like it is not doing a good job. It looks terrible back there. So we're gonna try to figure out something, see if we can get it to work better. But as for now, this combine's not gonna have to go right now. It's gonna have to wait a little bit. Well, we're going again. We couldn't find an issue with the combine, but we decided to crank the combine itself up a little bit, how hard it's thrashing. So we decided to turn that up here. Right now we're having it at 160. The max it can do is 180. So we turned it up to 160. Earlier we had it at 130. So they haven't told me to stop yet. Been looking for them, waiting for them to tell me to stop, but looks like I've been able to go now. So we'll keep thrashing until they tell me to stop again. They're anyways checking back there to make sure it's still looking good and everything. So I'm going 0.8 miles an hour, so that's a bit slow, but at least we're harvesting, because this field got rained on and it needs to be harvested, so that's why we're out here. Ah, yeah, much better. I just took that cover and put it behind me. It's a little difficult to kind of see my basket, but at least I can see my rows, and right now that's more important. And they just barely walked to the side of me, and they told me to turn it up to 180, so that's what I did. So the only thing I can do now to make my combine thrash harder is just to turn my 10% higher, and that basically just speeds up the engine and gives it more RPMs and gives it more power, I guess, or something like that. All I know is that helps to thrash it harder too, but we rarely use that one. But if you need that extra little bit to dial it in better, you can turn that one. But I don't know, now it seems to be working good, so now we're going to continue harvesting. Oh, and this is the field that we dug in Circle Track. So harvesting peanuts in Circle Track, it's not too bad either. It definitely feels different. You know, you're not going straight anymore, you're turning left, and before you know it, you're facing a whole different direction. So it definitely feels different, but harvesting still works good. You don't have to turn the steering wheel very often. I was thinking you'd have to constantly be turning more and more, but no, it seems to be working fine. Man, you know, this 0.8 miles an hour, this really This really takes a while. Feels like you can't really get anything done, but we're getting somewhere. We need, after I'm done with this round, we need, both combines need to do one more round, and then the first layer is done. So, still gonna take a while though. At least another 2 hours, I think, and then this will be done. Yeah, it's slow. It's dusty, and it's getting close to sundown. Well, it's getting a little dark, but I guess it's time for the lights. You know, this combine has been doing a terrible job all day long. It seems like it's thrashing way too much. It's throwing shells out the back. We got a bunch of LSKs everywhere. So it's not doing a great job, and I think we finally found the problem. Right there in the middle where it all feeds into, on the right side of the combine, I believe we got a lot of rocks stuck way up in there. And a lot of leaf springs are also broken. Well, not leaf springs, just springs in general. They're all broken. The teeth that thrash the peanuts and everything. So a lot of those are broken. So we'll keep driving slowly like this for the rest of today, and then tomorrow morning we'll basically take the whole combine apart and see if we can fix it and get it back running good like the other combine, because I have to drive slower than the other combine. And we were both on the same layer, but he's way ahead of me now already, so I'm pretty far behind. But tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll fix the issue. We'll be able to go back up to normal speeds. Yeah, it looks too bad. It's doing a worse job than it was earlier, so we're gonna head here now to the basket. You can see all the light. And we're gonna start taking this combine apart, see if we can start fixing a few things already, see if we can get it to work better, because the way it's working now, it's just not gonna work. We gotta do something. So it'll be tough work for a little bit getting this combine apart, because we have to take this whole front bracket off here, and that's always a lot of work to get behind there. But with 3, 4 guys, it shouldn't take too long. All right, now let's try. We just barely took off that front cover, and what felt like we replaced at least 30 springs, if not more, and it was all on the one side. It was all on this right side right here. So we're gonna go back to where I stopped, gonna thresh anyways again and see if it actually made a difference. I'm hoping that was the issue, but if it's not, then I don't know what we'll have to do. Praying and hoping that'll work. Well, it's no better. It's still doing the same thing. It's doing a terrible job, so we're just gonna quickly thrash to the end. We're pretty close here, but we're gonna have to put, okay, I'll elaborate a little bit more. I didn't really mention it a while back whenever I was harvesting that first time, or that first day. We actually took out a few bars in the front cylinders. So there's 5 cylinders in total, and each cylinder has, I believe, 6 bars on there, and each bar has quite a few springs on there that thrash it. And we took out every other bar, hoping that would help with us being able to thrash faster, but it ended up not helping anything. So we're gonna put those bars back in here. We're gonna have to go pick them up tomorrow morning, or maybe even today yet, and then put them in tomorrow morning, because it didn't seem to help, and it didn't seem to make anything. It didn't make it worse, and it felt like it might have made it a little bit. No, sorry. It didn't make it any better, but it made it worse. Yeah. So yeah, we'll put the bars back in, and then see if that'll make a difference. If that doesn't do it, I don't know what will. All right, we're gonna call it for today. It's currently 1:30, so we made a pretty good day. We started messing with engaging and disengaging certain parts of the combine, We finally got it to work a little bit better than what it did to begin with. So I think we'll still put the bars back in there, but as for now, at least we got it working somewhat decently, so now we'll actually be able to continue threshing. But well, it's been a busy day trying to figure out that combine and trying to get that thing to work, and it was not doing a good job all day long and messing with all sorts of things. I'm glad we finally got it to work, but that's gonna be it for this video. It's been a long day already. We'll get back at it with harvesting peanuts tomorrow. So as for now, I do appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.